everything. I am Shannon Green, trainer at Effect Fitness. Stay tuned for my video right here on Social Goals.
Say one thing before we start the show too. You're not having a good time. If you're not having a good time, you're wasting your time. You say that every night.
Relationships and situationships and all things. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Hello, everybody. Hey, Facebook fam. Hello. We're doing a pop-up podcast. Hey, usually I advertise. Usually we have a consistent schedule. But y'all, we're coming back this new season. And right now, we're just coming at you. Okay? Is that all right? We're just going to come at you. But stay tuned because I'm excited. We will have a consistent schedule. But you guys, for those of you who have never seen or heard of Happy New Day podcast. So it's a show that I do with this beautiful development company. They are a developmental podcast development company, and they're called Social Goats. I know a lot of you have heard of them in the community, and that's where we'll be streaming from on today, like right now, present day. We're coming live at you through our radio station, SGR 81.4 FM. Did y'all hear me? 81.4. So if you got stuff to do, you got to hop in the car and go to like church practice or something, or go hang out with your boys. I need you to tune in, okay? Get in your car, turn on SG Radio. That's 81.4 FM. We're also on Twitch TV, y'all. We're also on at Social Goats, okay? So that's YouTube, Facebook, right here, as you can see, at Social Goats, and our page, Happy New Day. Don't forget to follow Happy New Day, because we'll be branching off and doing a lot of amazing, wonderful things with a crispy, consistent, beautiful upgrade of a new season in March. All right. So y'all, I'm happy. I love doing this. I wanted to give you a little briefing. Our mission in Happy New Day is embrace the new, okay, is a new day. So forget the old, leave it behind, and embrace the newness of today, for it is a gift. Happy New Day. And lastly, I don't think I ever really describe it like this, but basically, I look at life as an adventure. I really believe that, like, life is an adventure. You know, every day we're evolving. God wants us to evolve into the person he created us to be, right? The assignment that he's going to have us do. We don't know, right? We don't know what's ahead. So get excited, because like he said in his word, no eye has seen, no ear has heard the great things that God has for those who love him. Okay. And like I always tell people, look, it's just a part of me. So I'm going to say God, I'm going to say Jesus. Okay. It just flows. And if you want to make him a part of your life, if you want to be one with him, I want you to DM. We'll share the good news with you. You don't want to miss out on all the benefits of having a life in Christ, because he has so many great things planned for you, an abundant life, that is. All right. So, hey, happy new day, y'all. A lot of fun things are coming ahead. One more thing I wanted to say about it. We like to interview people that are doing things, okay? So they're in line with the mission. They're doing things for the community. They're doing things in their world, right? You can't change the world if you don't change your world. So I wanted to particularly come to you today because we have this amazing play coming, and I wanted to give these I wanted these guys to come on the show and talk about what's going on. I saw this play, y'all. It is so good. This is Black History Month, so it's so fitting. If you look on the screen, there it is. Can y'all see who that is? Who is that? Y'all know that's Martin. That is Dr. Martin Luther King himself. So if you would like to see him in the flesh, okay, in the flesh, we want you to come on out, okay? And these guys that we're interviewing today, Dr. Martin Luther King himself and Malcolm, they're going to give us more detail. Look at Malcolm, y'all. They're going to give us more details about how we can come see them. And the play is called The Meeting. Y'all, I'm glad they're bringing it back. So I saw it, me and my family. I know we took up about half a row. Me and my people. We were in that thing, and it was so good. Like, I really felt like I was looking at Malcolm and Dr. Martin Luther King. So y'all, let me introduce these gentlemen, and then we're going to get right on into it. I hope you're having the most particular day, the most spectacular. That's what I meant to say, not particular. All right. So thank you. You're watching Happy New Day podcast on Social Goats. And y'all, we have coming up Mr. Adarian D. Williams. He's a trained actor from Simsboro, Louisiana, who portrayed Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in Katari Hall's The Mountaintop and has performed in over 15 theatrical productions. He earned 2 Bachelor of Arts degrees in vocal music and visual and performing arts from Grambling State University. Come on, GSU. I'm wearing part of y'all's colors today. As a vocalist, he has performed in a variety of musical settings, ranging from his hometown to Carnegie Hall in New York City. Adarian looks forward to portraying Dr. King in Jeff Stetton's The Meeting, presented by the Mahogany Ensemble Theater. Y'all, I love promoting our people. Do you hear me? Promoting our people. So get excited. Next, we have Mr. Malcolm X, and he's played by Mr. Vincent Turner himself. He is a 2006 graduate of Booker T. Washington High School in Shreveport, Louisiana, and a 2019 graduate of Greenwood Acres Christian College with a bachelor's in biblical studies. Some of his previous work includes the role of Private Smalls in A Soldier's Story by Langston Hughes, in the Harlem Renaissance, Dionysus in the short film Raise a Cup, and Malcolm X in The Meeting. Vincent is a choir director for Greenwood Acres Children and Youth Community Choir, which he has directed over the past 8 years, and he's also the choir director for the Mount Bethel Missionary Baptist Church Choir under the direction of Pastor Toussaint Batley. Woo! You guys are so, how about these established young men? I can't wait to bring them on. So we're going to bring these 2 men on. This play is basically a dialogue between the 2, and I think we can go ahead and bring them on. And I hope y'all are excited about what they have to tell us as we dive into the meeting. All right. So let's lay our eyes on these young gentlemen. Hey, guys.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing very well. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you so much for offering this platform for us to come and share about the meeting.
My pleasure. Just listening to you. You sound like Dr. Martin Luther King, sir.
Thank you.
You are welcome. How are you, Malcolm, down there?
I am wonderful, Bree. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for telling people my nickname. Okay, let's dive. Vincent and I grew up in church together. We go way back, as you
Way
see.
back. Way back.
You hear that? Way back. Vincent, don't tell all the people my business. Okay, y'all, we're going to dive right in. I'm so thankful to have y'all. So excited. This was just right in line with my show coming back out. And I'm so grateful to have 2 just wonderful young men who are representing the Black community. Okay. So I want to ask you guys, why are we so excited? Why are we so excited to bring this play back? We know it's Black History Month. What are y'all excited about? Whoever wants to chime in first.
Well, I think in particular, this play holds a profound significance, not only in Black history, but in our day and age today, because it allows the audience to delve into the minds and the hearts of these two pivotal figures in the civil rights movement and how they had different ideas, different perspectives of how to fight for justice, if you will. And so, of course, Dr. King had a more peaceful protest approach, while Malcolm X supported self-defense. And so I believe this play encourages us to think about the various ways people can work towards equality and unity together, even if they have different approaches, because it's all about respecting diverse viewpoints in the struggle for justice.
Mm. Oh, that's so good. As you were talking, I was like, man, it'd be cool if I could grab a few things you're saying, like respect diversity. I wanted that to just be plastered up here. You said so many key points in that little window of time. Vincent, do you want to hop on what he said? You want to add anything, subtract?
Absolutely. The play for me, I believe that the audience, those who come and see it, will be able to take away a sense of balance. Um, like Adarian said, they definitely had different ways of doing things,
Yeah.
but they ultimately wanted the same result. Um, so for me, it's all about balance. This play brings about a great sense of balance between the two.
Yeah. Since y'all are talking, y'all kind of y'all jumped way ahead to what like the meat of the thing that I wanted to really get into. And that is, what would you say that Martin and Malcolm would say about our Black community today? Because y'all just talked a lot about how to deal with diversity, right? Do you find that we have a lot? Now we already know it's well known. No need to talk about. I mean, we already know that we get a lot of diversity, a lot of flack, a lot of, from the outside race, right? From whites, from other races. But what about within our own culture? How do you feel? Yeah, what do you guys think that Malcolm and Martin would say about how we treat one another?
I think Malcolm, for the most part, in today's time, he would say, well, you know what? I said this would happen a long time ago. He kind of predicted that a long time ago, way back in the 60s. Um, I think in some cases he would be pleased with our community, but in some not so much. I mean, it's a lot of some of the things are just have a different face. It's the same thing just with a different face. It's just evolved past what it was. You have to understand we're in a different time. It's 2024 versus 1960s.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things they're still here within our community. A lot of things that we deal with. Um, it just has a new face to it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
and
good,
as it
Malcolm.
relates to Dr. King, I think he would say we have seen progress, but we have much more work to do, if you will. I mean, we are standing on the shoulders of men and women who have paid the ultimate price with their lives. And so it's up to us to take the baton and pass it and pass it and pass it along. We can no longer walk weary through this world with willowed backs because um, it's our time. It's our time in this realm of justice, if you will. And I think they would also emphasize the renewed importance for unity, solidarity, working together, collective action, not only as we strive towards a more equitable world, but also within our own community as well. We have a great deal of work to do internally. So,
Yes. Mm. Now, having a background as a teacher, as you guys are talking, my mind thinks a lot about our young men, our young women. Me and Vincent, we, we've seen this together, where we've worked in the homeless department at Caddo Parish School. So we get to see a lot of kids. We get to see a lot of young men. And so we have a mentor that, I always call upon, and that we can call upon to come. And like, if we see a kid who's really just struggling, really needs some guidance, we can call him. So anyway, and what me and that mentor have talked about is that it's a problem. It's like you can you can call the young man in and say, hey, you should do better. I even see this with my young women, y'all. Not only am I helping them academically, but we play the role as a counselor, as a big sister, as a big brother, sometimes a mom, sometimes a dad. And sometimes when I'm talking to them, I just feel like, oh, Lord, I hope I said something, because sometimes it just goes over. And it's like, didn't we just talk about this? Like you're back at the same, you're back at the same page. Like you're doing the same thing. You're in trouble again. You're in trouble again. So I wanted to ask you guys, as Malcolm and Martin, because in a minute I'm going to ask you. I know you've done a lot of studying. Okay, I know you've done a lot of studying for these characters. So I think that, like, I feel like I'm really talking to Malcolm and Martin right now. Do you think that somebody said that we're in a different day and a different time? So do you think that what's influencing these kids? Do you think it's social media? Okay, I know that has a big. You think it's social media? Do you think it's? I feel like there's a lot of entitlement with these kids. Like, why do we have to say this? Why do we have to do this? And ready to fight, or ready to compare themselves, or ready to, So could y'all just briefly talk about the youth? What do you think is the issue, and what do you think can be done? Now, that's a
Well,
big
first,
question.
well, first of all, it starts at home. It has to start at home. Um, Oftentimes, as teachers, not only do we become the educator, the mentor, but we also are the parent for 8 hours a day. But
Yeah,
it has to start at home. In regards to social media, that definitely affects our children. So many of them are seeking validation from a world they don't even know, that don't know, this world doesn't know you. They don't know them.
yeah,
These are just images they see. They wake up in the mornings, they open their phone, they click on this, they click on that, and they see what this person looks like. They see what
yeah,
their favorite celebrity looks like or what they're doing,
yeah.
and they think it's cool, and they seek that same feeling, that same validation.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it absolutely affects our children in the school system. And then
Mm-hmm.
again, I've heard I've heard a lot of elders say this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this generation of kids, they don't have the grandparents that a lot of us grew up on.
That's true. Yeah.
And oftentimes, a lot of the kids that I talk to, they aren't going to church. They don't have anyone taking them to church. They don't have anyone talking to them about God. And that plays a very important role in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot of dynamics
That's good.
that's affecting our children today.
That's good. And I asked that because that's where it starts. It starts with the kids. So if we're going to make a change, yeah, we need to talk to the grown-ups. We need to talk to everybody. But the kids is where it starts. If we're going to make a change, we got to make a change right there. Okay, go ahead. What were you about to say, Martin?
And I would absolutely agree with that. The fact that it starts
Yeah.
at home. And of course, we see this new age of technology that has just taken the
Mhm.
world by storm. And I think that has been a part of the evolvement of our youth today because they are very intellectual and very exposed, in many ways, overexposed to things that, when we were growing up, we weren't exposed to until, later down the line. And
Yeah.
so I think with technology, it has its pros and cons, but where do we draw the line? At what age do we, um, begin to expose our youth to the lessons of our grandparents and
Right.
our great grandparents? Myself, I was raised by my grandparents, 27 years old,
Mm.
and I've always been told that I had an old soul. Well, it was because of the teachings of my grandmother and my grandfather. And I was always the young one to be around the older crowd, if you will, because there was always nuggets of wisdom that I would gain from them, and just much appreciation for being raised up in the church. And so I think again we have a responsibility as well as an opportunity to, at least with the young folks that we encounter on a daily basis, to try and instill some knowledge, wisdom, in them that, with hopes that they will grow up to be the bright geniuses that they are.
Mhm.
Again, they're just overexposed in this world of technology.
I agree. And a lot of well, I want to say there are a lot of parents that, oof, man, I hate they're on break because they want their kids to get out of the house. Well, that's prime time for you to get in there and see, okay, let me look into their eyes, like my mom used to say. She still says that sometimes. But let me look into their eyes and let me see what's going on. Let's sit down. We need to, like you said, Malcolm, Martin, we have a responsibility. We got to sit down with these kids. You have
And
to, you
that's what
have to.
we're missing.
Yeah.
That's what we're missing. We're missing the connection, the
Yeah.
personal connection, the spiritual connection, if you will,
Hmm.
because with technology and of course coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic, we were all glued to our phones. We were all on social
Right.
media, and
Yeah.
we rarely had these in-person interactions. And so, just think about the younger generation that you know had never been, exposed to something of that magnitude in their lives. And so
Yeah.
it's kind of shifted the mindset, if you will. But again, that challenge is for us as we are continuing to grow in teachership,
Yeah.
that we rally under them and support them in any way that we can.
Hmm.
And, it looks different for the black males, it looks different for the black females. And so,
Yeah.
in what way can we teach them?
Yes. And I think that you guys, thank you for that, Martin, and thank you, Malcolm. I think that you guys are a prime example of what can be done. You can model it, right? Like, how do you dress? Like Vincent has his turtleneck way up here. Like, that's modest. Okay, and Martin is right there with his coat right here. Okay, okay,
Mhm.
we modest. We're modest, and that's what these young men need to see. Because what else do they have? And I'm just, the names of these people, and I know some names, but I just don't want to holler them out right now. Okay, but we got rapper this. Nothing's wrong with rappers, but we got rapper this. We got this R&B star, whoever who's talking about whatever they're talking about women opening their legs and just twisting their minds. You know what I mean? So, like you said, yeah, we have a responsibility. It starts with us. Young ladies need an example. Who am I when I go to school? Who am I when these little kids see me? Do they see? Because they want to be like us. Ooh, I want to be like Miss Burnham. She had her skirt way up to her thigh. Like we have to be an example. So it does start with that. So you guys are definitely doing that. Hey, if you just joined us, y'all, we're on the radio 81.4. We want to say hello. Hope you're having a great night. And if you're not, like Tabitha says, don't go messing up anybody else's. And I say, don't let anybody steal your joy. Don't steal your own joy. Okay, right? Be your own best
Yes.
friend. Okay, we're on Twitch TV. We're on at Social Goats. We're on at Happy New Day. And if you've never seen this show, well, stay tuned. We'll have more coming. We pray to send positive vibes, not only positive vibes, but we pray to make a change. We pray to be doing our part because you can't say, oh, I'm going to be this amazing person that's going to change the world, and you're not doing a darn thing for your own world, the world that's around you. Isn't that right, gentlemen?
That's right.
Amen.
Come on. Thank y'all. Ooh, having y'all back me up. I know I'm saying something right. Okay, y'all. I know we're just doing a short little segment, y'all, today. So I'm gonna let everybody get back to their lovely lives, and we want you to come out and see the play. But I want to ask them really quickly. Y'all, I saw the play, and y'all, let me tell y'all out there in TV land, I saw it, and these guys have really become one with their character. I really felt like I was looking at Malcolm and Martin. It really gave me a beautiful portrait of who Malcolm was and who Martin was. I like the ending where we can ask y'all questions. So stay tuned to that, you guys. You can ask questions. I love that. I think it's so cool that Black people and white people were sitting there talking. I mean, and you had older people, like women in their 70s and 80s commenting, and then you had the younger people, and you guys were. I just loved it. I could tell that y'all studied. I can tell that you did your homework. So can y'all tell us some of the fun things? Like, well, I don't know if it was fun having to change. This was work. I know. That's what I'm trying to say. I know this was work. So can y'all tell me some of the things that y'all did to prepare for the role?
Well, for me, I studied Malcolm's body language, his nuances. I studied the way he walked, the way he would stand. I studied the cadence of his voice. and in his interviews and in his speeches, his facial expressions, everything from head to toe. I studied him. I even cut my hair. I add a little color to it, you know. So yeah, and it was difficult, absolutely, but at the same time, it really wasn't that difficult for me. Um, a lot of our nuances and I mean, it just lined up. I just felt like this was the perfect role for me. His body language, the way he would stand, the way he would sit, a lot of those were things that I already do. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's so cool. Martin?
And he does a magnificent job in playing Malcolm X, by the way. It's an honor to share the stage
Oh,
with he and our co star,
yes,
Robert Blue, who portrays um, Malcolm X's
yes.
bodyguard, Rashad. And so for me, portraying Dr. King, it's been a transformative experience. And I must preface by saying that as an actor, in any role or character I have the opportunity to portray, my job is not to emulate, but to bring my own life experiences and understanding of humanity to um, capture the essence and the nuances of the character, and in this case, Dr. King. And so it's really pushed me to delve into the complexities of his character, his movement, the rhythm in his voice, his ideals, and the challenges he faced, not only as this monumental figure that we know in Black history, but as a man, as a father, and the relationship between he and his parents as well. And not a lot of people know that Dr. King, his birth name is Michael. No one talks a lot about that.
Yeah.
His name changed when his dad basically started to adopt the philosophies of Martin Luther, and hence changed his name, which, of course, with Dr. King being Jr., had to change his name as well. And so, diving into his speeches and interviews, and looking at interviews of his family members and those who were right alongside of him in the movement, was very pivotal in the preparation process. And so, I'm just hopeful that as they are looking down on us as we're portraying them in this show, that they are proud, and that they, would appreciate what could have been a meeting between the two, because of course they never really got a chance to have a long dialogue other than a few seconds of meeting. And of course we see that picture online all the time, but they never really got a chance to meet and have a conversation. And so Jeff Stetson does a great job with um, depicting what could have been.
This is
You
so
know, and
cool.
Breonka, I must say, with this cast, he mentioned Adarian mentioned Robert Blue, who plays Rashad. Um, Robert, along with Adarian, who I said on Facebook earlier, he is the ultimate professional. Along with our directors, Dr. Angelique Feaster Evans, as
Mm-hmm.
well as Professor Robert Alfred. Um, for me, because I've been doing this for a while, been doing this since I was a child,
Yeah, yeah.
but this cast has taken my talent, my natural talent, and have really pulled a skill out of me. They've morphed it into a skill, and I've just had a wonderful
Mhm.
experience with this production. I really have.
And the rehearsals, I mean, you see it on stage and the audience gets that experience, but to be in the
Right.
rehearsal spaces with one another and just witnessing that magic and that chemistry, in the rehearsal space is just phenomenal. There are some rehearsals where, obviously we all have our own work lives, and so we come in from a full day of work and still put it all
Right.
out on the stage. And even the context of the story and the different monologues we have, some nights I am literally at the edge of tears, because you are in the moment,
Right.
and you can really feel the essence of these two giants in the room. And it's just, I'm getting chills right now just thinking about it.
Yeah, I get it. The way y'all are talking, I think we all I think we all feel it. Um, Man, that's amazing. Because Vincent, I saw you of course, I saw you grow up
Right.
acting. And I kid you not, I definitely said it like, my God, Vincent is really good. Not that I never thought that you were good. You've always been great. You always
Right.
crack me up. You like when you're doing funny roles, you always capture me in when you're doing the serious roles. But I could definitely tell there was another level here.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what I speak of. That's what I was mentioning earlier, which is part of the mission of my show, that we're always evolving. There was a point in life where this is a little preface, real quick, y'all. Let me do this. So there was a point in my life where I literally felt like, okay, God, I'm doing the same thing every day. Like I felt stuck. And so God had to do a work in me and say, baby girl, I'm doing some stuff out here. I'm doing some stuff out here. I'm evolving you. I'm going to, like you said, Vincent, there's stuff in you that I want to sharpen. So I just wanted to take this moment to tell anybody out there, there's people out there that want to give up, that think, well, this is where I got to stop in acting. I can't go to Hollywood, or I can't do any community plays, or they think that this is all I got. This is all I got. And so I just wanted to take this moment to just tell somebody out there, it's not all you have. It's not all that's in you. There is more. Like, keep going. Today's a new day. Tomorrow is a new day, right? This day almost over, but anything can happen any moment. But yeah, tomorrow's a new day. Guys, oh my gosh, y'all are so awesome. I've never told them when they can see this play. When is it, guys?
It's February 16th and 17th at 7:30 p.m. and February 17th at 2 o'clock p.m. And all three shows will be at the LSUS University Center Theater.
Love it. Okay. I'm going to post that here when I share it more. And y'all share it. That's another thing, man. We got to, in our community, we got to share. We need to celebrate each other. That's what it's about.
Absolutely.
The right arm can't do what the left foot is doing. Like, we need each other as a whole body. And there's just something about when you celebrate other people and be excited. Like, hey, I'm going to help these two young men get the word out so our community can be a better place. So we want to share this, y'all. Come out February 16th, 17th. You have 2 days to see it. There's no excuses. Get yourself out here. And let's do this for our forefathers. I think they will be, well, I know they will be proud of you guys. Like you said, Martin, they will be proud of you guys because, like we talked about with the young people, they aren't reading like we used to. Remember, we had to, I don't know about y'all, but my mama used to make up stuff. She used to make up homework. Go get in there and read. If I asked her a question about a word, what does this word mean? Go grab the encyclopedia. I just stopped asking her. I said, I'm not asking her not what another word means. So these kids need to read. These kids, like y'all said, they're so into social media. So I think this is a better time than ever for us to do plays, for us to portray our ancestors in this way. Okay. So guys, oh my gosh, I know I got to let y'all go. Let me see what else I need to ask you really quickly. Before we leave, do tell them how they can find you, because y'all are doing something that other people, some other people want to do. And I know they want to, follow you and just learn for you. And you're an example. So we're going to do that. But first, I guess do you guys have, before we close, do you guys have anything that you would like to add or that you really want people to know before we close out?
I just want to again encourage you and the audience as well, just piggybacking off of what you just encouraged us with a moment ago, that this wonderful platform is just in its initial stage of what will be a movement, what will be um, something for millions and millions of people to come and witness. And so we're so proud of you, and we're so grateful for the opportunity to again come and share. And for those watching, in an effort to honor the legacies of Dr. King and Malcolm X, please come out to the show. This is an opportunity for us to really embody their messages of justice and love and equality, unity. I recall one of the questions being that, we often come together in times of death or in times of injustice. And so we can't wait for those times to unite. But, we can actively work towards building a society that reflects the movements of both these pivotal figures. And so stay encouraged, come out and see the show. And again, thank you all for watching.
Whew, my. Vincent, before you go on, I want to say thank you, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Thank you, Adarian Williams. I like calling y'all stage names. Thank you so much for that. I was like, wait, is he talking about my show? Thank you so much. I received that. That's definitely in line with what I believe God wants to do. So I appreciate that. And like you said, it's going to be an amazing play for others to see. And I know Martin and Malcolm will be pleased. Vincent, you want to say anything?
I thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for having both of us on your show. And I am so proud of you. I'm proud of what you have done, what all that you have accomplished, not just with your show, but all you've accomplished. And yeah, that's about it.
Thank you. Yeah, I told them I paid them to say that. So, my people going to give y'all's checks. Y'all, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And y'all, this has been great. Like I said, we did like this little pop-up show today, guys. And it was more than an honor to have these two young men to pop up with me. And we're just putting in a plug for our community, and they're doing positive things. So y'all, please come out. I'm going to let them go and enjoy the rest of their evening. I'm going to say a word to my sponsors as we check on out of here. But y'all definitely come out and see February 16th or 17th. Okay. We need to spread the word. Y'all, it's going to be great. This is Black History Month, and we need to represent. I think this is a great way to celebrate. This is one of the great ways. All right. So thank you for listening on 81.4 FM SGR. Radio, Twitch TV, at Social Goats, at Happy New Day. Y'all, thank you. Please follow us. Follow Social Goats. They're doing some amazing things in 2024, some different things. So you want to stay tuned. And like I said, Happy New Day is getting a cute little facelift coming at you in March, y'all. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for even taking time out of your schedule this evening if you tuned in. And those who will watch it later, thank you for tuning in as well. I definitely don't take it lightly. So I appreciate y'all. Let me give a shout out to my sponsors. These are my people. I go up in their place and partake of all the goods. Who do we have first? Let's see. I want to give a shout out to, I don't know our lineup. I'm just going to be real. So let me just throw somebody out there. Forget Me Not Florists. That's Miss Christine Collins. Y'all, she is so good. She's really good. If I want to give somebody some flowers, like at the last minute, I'm like, you know what? I want to bless this person. I can literally just call up Miss Christine Collins, and no joke, she's gotten that person's flowers to them in such a short span of time. So they do deliver. They're actually delivering for Valentine's Day. So yeah, we're excited about that. And next we have Anytime Bail Bond. So listen, you have a day, we talked about it being a brand new day, right? If you have a moment where you cut up, listen, we don't judge. That's my people right there. My parents, look at that bald head. That's Deacon Dexter Burnham. And that's Marilyn Burnham, my precious mother. This is Anytime Bail Bond. So listen, if you get in trouble, it's a new day tomorrow, a new day. They're not going to judge you. They keep things, it says confidential, and reliable. And that number is 636-2670. So give them a call if you need them. That's anytime, day or night. All right. Next, we have my hairstylist. Now, she didn't do this style, but guess what? She can. Okay. She can. She could do any style. No. Let me be real. We're being so real on Happy New Day podcast. Okay. Here's the thing. She does braids, okay? But this particular style, she does not. I'm so sorry. I need to slow down. But y'all, I always send people to her, JStone Styles. She's absolutely amazing. She does like a lot of dread styles. She does a lot of crochet, like I said, braids, different things. So she's still my boo. I'll be going to her soon. Okay, let's go on to the next one. And lastly, y'all, we have my people at Crispy Donuts. Y'all, they're on Airline Drive, 4903. They're doing this cute little special right now. It's something with like strawberries in the donuts. Yeah, so they're really, really good, y'all. You want to check them out, okay? I hope you've enjoyed the show today, and you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Don't forget, don't let anybody steal your joy. Remember, forget the past, okay? Leave behind the old, whether good or bad. I mean, you want to celebrate it, right? You want to celebrate it. God gives us memories for a reason. You want to hold on to memories, but the most important thing is you don't get caught up on yesterday, okay? All right, tomorrow is a new day, for it is a gift. It is called the present. Love y'all. Have a great day, okay? And a great week. It's Monday. Happy New Week. Happy New Week. Happy New Week. All right, y'all. Love y'all. We'll see y'all later.